Assalamu alaikum, dear students and viewers. I think you are well amidst this corona pandemic. Because of this corona pandemic, our regular classes are not being held. So, as per the decision of the government, our online classes are going on. And today, I am going to discuss a new topic from your English second paper, and the name of the topic is use of connectors, and it is very important. This topic is very important because many students find difficulty in answering on this topic. You know, this topic is set as question number 10 in your English second paper. So no more waste of time. Let's start our discussion. Connectors. At first we should know what is connected. What is connectors? This word connectors, it is a noun word. It is a noun word and its synonym is linkers. Its synonym is linkers. This word connectors has come from the verb word connect. Connect is the verb form of connectors. So what does it mean? Connect means to relate or to link something. So you can now understand, I think, what can be connector. What connector can be. If we try to give a definition, we can say like this. The words or phrases that are used to connect two or more words, phrases, clauses, and even sentences may be called connectors. So connectors connects words, phrases, clauses, and even sentences. Next, we should know which things can be used as connectors. Which things can be used as connectors? What's your opinion? Can you tell me which things are used as connectors? I think many of you may know the answers. Yet I am trying to make it clear. I think four types of things are used as connectors. What are they? Number one, conjunction. Number two, conjunction. Conjunction must be used as connectors. Number 2, some adverbs. Some adverbs, not all adverbs, especially those conjunctive adverbs. Those conjunctive adverbs, not all adverbs. Number 3, some phrases. Here is the same, some conjunctive phrases, not all phrases. Number 4, relative pronoun. These are the things. These are the grammatical terms, and these terms are used as connectors. So, we will now discuss these terms one after another. At first one I wrote conjunction. Do you know what conjunction is? I think many of you know the answer. Conjunction is a kind of parts of speech which is used to connect two words, phrases, and clauses in a sentence. So conjunction also connects words, phrase, or sentence. This is conjunction. You know conjunction. There are three types of conjunctions. They are: number 1, subordinate conjunction. Number 2, coordinate conjunction, subordinate conjunction, coordinate conjunction, and number 3, correlative conjunction. 3 types of conjunctions, and all 3 types of conjunctions are used as connectors. So we must know the use of these conjunctions, because these all types of conjunctions are used as connectors. We will now discuss these conjunctions one after another. Subordinate conjunction. This subordinate conjunction is very important because they are used as connectors which are subordinate conjunction. Subordinate conjunctions are those which create subordinate clause. Subordinate clause which is dependent on principal clause. And this subordinate clause, this subordinate conjunctions are if, when, though, although, while, unless, so that, where, whenever, wherever, it is. Important one, there are some important one, as, since, because. It is. The main subordinate conjunctions are these conjunctions. And a very important thing you have to remember, these subordinate conjunctions always connect two clauses. So very important things, it is a very important thing to note. They two clauses, very important thing, you must remember it. These conjunctions connect two clauses. One is subordinate clause, another is principal clause. Or we can say like this, one is dependent clause, another is independent clause. So whenever you will find two clauses in a sentence and there is a gap in on clause, before on clause, the gap may be at the beginning of the sentence or maybe at the middle of the sentence. Then you must use this subordinate clause if you find that one clause is dependent on other. So it is very important thing that here this conjunction create subordinate clause which is dependent on main clause. So let's have some uses of this conjunction in brief. Number one, as, since, or because. These three conjunctions, they must connect two clauses and they are used to mean relationship of cause and effect. When in the clause where there is a gap, if it means the cause and the another clause expresses effect, then you have to use any of them. But you have to remember, as and since may be used at the beginning and even at the middle, but because is only used at the middle of the two clauses in a sentence. So you have to remember these things. I am giving an example. What does it expresses? Cause and effect. So when there is relationship between two clauses, cause and effect, you have to use any of them, and you have to remember of this. Of course, you have to remember these two are or can be used as at the beginning or at the middle, but because it's only used at the middle of the two clauses. Here are two clauses. Nobody believes him. Dash, he is a liar. What are you saying? It is the effect. Nobody believes him. And the cause is this disbelief is because he is a liar. So you now understand. Here we can use because, or we can also use as or since. Number 2. When, why. Or does it these two conjunctions indicate? These two conjunctions are used to mean the relationship of time and effect, time and action. So we can say time and action. When we will find time in the clause where there is a gap, and another clause expresses the action on this time, action on that time. Yes, then you have to use when or while, but while especially is used to mean a continuous thing, in continuous process. So here when we will use while, you will see that whether the clause is continuous or not. I am giving an example. Dash, it was here. You can see in these two clauses, this clause indicates time. This clause is indicating time, and this clause is expressing the action in that time. So here we can use when, because the time is not continuous, not in continuity. I forgot to tell you. I forgot to tell you another important thing to consider here. When you will see the two clauses, when we will use subordinate conjunction at the beginning of the two clauses, then there will be a comma at the middle of the two clauses. And if we use these conjunctions in the middle, there will be no comma. You are seeing here. In the middle there is no comma, but at the beginning there is a comma. So it is you have to remember this thing. If or unless, when we will use these two subordinate conjunctions. You know, if is affirmative word conjunction and this unless is negative conjunction. It gives negative meaning, but it gives affirmative meaning. So there is no difference except this affirmative or negative. These two, the use of grammar is the same, only the meaning is the different. When we will use them, you know, with if or unless conditional sentences are created. That means these two conjunctions and some other also I have not written, because we can carry on our work with this only two in this context of connectors. They express conditional. You know, there are 4 types of conditions. What does they express? Condition. They express condition. When the action of in the main clause, the action of the main in the main clause is dependent on this condition, then we can use this conditional conjunction, that is if or unless. These two conjunction expresses condition, and the principal clause expresses the action of this condition. There are 4 types of condition, and I am giving a brief description of them. Zero conditional, when there is general truth or when there is scientifically proved things, we can use this condition, and the grammatical use will be both clauses will be in present indefinite or simple present. For example, if we heat water, it turns into paper. That means this information of the sentence is scientifically true. If we heat water, it turns into vapor. So there is scientific proof in this sentence, in the meaning of these two clauses in the sentence. And there is first condition is on clause. If on clause is in present indefinite, the other clause will be future indefinite, and the meaning the action may be possible. This action of the first condition may be possible. That is, dash you come early, you can meet me. If present indefinite, the subordinate clause is present indefinite, and this means simple future, a possibility. Second condition, the action of the second condition is totally impossible. It is not possible, and grammatical use will be the subordinate conjunction clause will be in past simple past, and the principal clause will be future in the past. The action will be totally impossible. They would prosper. If they worked hard, they would prosper. Actually, they didn't work hard. That is why they couldn't prosper. Third condition, it is also means unreal past, and the grammatical use will be the subordinate conjunction will be past perfect, and the means principal clause would be in the use of would have, could have, might have. Perfect conditional. That is perfect conditional. Dash she had helped me then. Dash conditional. Here is past perfect and it is perfect conditional. If they helped me, I would help them. Sorry, I would have helped them. So they didn't help me. I hadn't helped them. If the action would be else, otherwise, other alternative things would happen. So I have already discussed these things, and you have to look at this subordinate clause in this way. You have to consider whether there is two clauses or not. If there is two clauses in a sentence and one clause is dependent on other, then you must use this kind of subordinate conjunctions. Another is important is though or although. Though or although. These two cause, what does they express? Cause and opposite action. So when you will find opposite action of a cause and there is a gap in the sentence which is expressing cause, you must use though or although. the subordinate conjunctions. Here, in this sentence, where there is a gap, expressing a cause, the man, he worked hard, but the action or the effect, not action, effect. And effect is not the synonymous. Effect is totally opposite. He couldn't prosper. Worked hard but couldn't prosper. So we have to use here though or although. So you have to consider these things while you will use subordinate conjunction. Now friends, it is time to finish my lecture today, and I will discuss the other parts in the next classes, in the next class, and till then I wish you safe and safety, yes, and stay at home and stay safe. Thank you very much.